Before I dive into everything I want to say, I just want to start by saying how much I absolutely love Half-Life. I've played almost all the official games of the series, and I finished almost all of them too. But there's one game in the lineup that I wouldn't even consider touching, even if someone offered it to me for free. Half-Life Source. For those who aren't familiar, Half-Life Source is basically Valve's attempt to port the original Half-Life to their newer Source engine. You'd think that'd be a good thing, right? New engine, better graphics, smoother gameplay, but no, it's bad. All it really does is throw in some new graphical features like reflections, ragdolls, so-called improved water and shadows, but honestly, none of it works the way it should. The reflections in Half-Life look off, the ragdolls are more goofy than realistic, and the shadows and water, they just don't add much to the game. It's clear that Half-Life was never about the cutting-edge graphics. The original game is all about the gameplay, the story, the atmosphere, and these superficial graphic tweaks just don't cut it. But the worst part about Half-Life Source isn't even the mediocre graphics. No. It's the glitches. And I'm not talking about the fun kind of glitches you might see in speedruns where you can move at 1,000,000 miles per hour by tilting your mouse to the right and doing some weird, funky button combinations. No. I'm talking about game-breaking bugs that make you just want to throw your mouse across the room. It's so bad that Steam tried to cover up the entire game. Like, it's not searchable on Steam. You have to find it through a link. It's rare for Valve to do this, to cover up their own titles. Now, let's talk about Black Mesa. This is where things get interesting. Black Mesa isn't an official Valve product. It's a fan-made project made by a group called Crowbar Collective. But don't let the fan-made label fool you. Black Mesa is nothing short of an amazing full-on remake of the original Half-Life, built on the same Source engine that Half-Life Source used. But you'd never guess just by looking at it. Black Mesa didn't slap on a few graphical tweaks and call it a day. No, this game remakes everything from the ground up. The maps are completely redesigned, the textures are beautifully detailed, and the gameplay is polished to perfection. It's like revisiting Half-Life for the first time, but with a modern twist. One of the most impressive things about Black Mesa is the attention to detail. Crowbar Collective really poured their hearts and soul into this product, and it shows in every corner. The environments are just more immersive, the combat feels more satisfying, and the whole experience just feels right. And unlike Half-Life Source, Black Mesa is actually stable. You're not going to run into the same kind of game-breaking bugs that plague Valve's official Source port, which is really crazy. Black Mesa wasn't made by Valve, the company that gave us some of the greatest games of all time. It was made by fans who loved the original game so much that they decided to remake it themselves. And honestly, they did a better job than Valve did with Half-Life Source. It's no wonder that Half-Life community has braced Black Mesa so fully, especially since we've been waiting for any sign of the Half-Life 3 for what it feels like forever now. Wait a minute. Valve's been pretty quiet when it comes to new Half-Life content. Sure, we got Half-Life Alyx and the White Sands thing, but that was 4 years ago. I'm talking about Half-Life Alyx, of course, but with no new updates in sight, it's easy to see why fans would take matters into their own hands, and that's what exactly the Crowbar Collective did with Black Mesa. They took a beloved game and brought it into the modern era, and not just with better graphics, but with a level of polish and care you would expect from a big-name developer. So, if you're itching to play Half-Life again, but want something that feels fresh and new, do yourself a favor, skip Half-Life Source, go for Black Mesa instead. It's one of the best remakes out there, and it's a testament to see what passionate fans can achieve when they put their minds to it. Plus, it's a great way to scratch that Half-Life itch we've all continued to hope and pray for Half-Life 3. Please just announce it already, man. Just announce it already, man.
Okay, bye-bye.